Thanks, Sue. So Margaret and I met about 10 years ago at Radford University. Go Highlanders! So we started nursing school together and were randomly placed in the same clinical group. Me being very worried about not making any friends at school, I thought Margaret looked like great friend potential. And I've never been more right, like ever. Like that was excellent. So I took a leap and I asked Margaret to get our nursing school photo IDs taken together. And then one thing led to another. She asked me if I would be her roommate our last year of nursing school. Little did I know that would be for the next 4 years after that. So then graduation approached and the thought of being Margaretless became imminent. So I asked her if she would move to Richmond with me. And she did. We found a great apartment together, and then Margaret asked me if I would work in the medical respiratory ICU with her, and so I did. So where I'm going is we developed this very reciprocal relationship. So basically what I'm saying is if one of us asks something of the other, whether it's getting a photo taken or literally moving to another city, we do it. We do it. So Margaret is one of those friends that everyone needs. She's a constant beam of happiness with her contagious laugh. She's extremely intelligent. She knows the solution to almost any problem, except for how to safely cut an apple on a couch. She's one of those friends that we would be out together with me, her, and my husband, yet Curtis would always feel like the third wheel. Oh. Plus, she is the only one of my friends that really is not afraid to bump heads with them. Just like, let them have it. You know what I mean? Like, let them have it. So we've grown up so much together, yet never grow apart. We've established careers, relationships, and how to responsibly drink wine. I mean, who knew that came in bottles and not boxes? You know? So one morning after night shift, I get home from Margaret, and she was really upset about this interaction that she had about an electrician, our neighboring electrician, and this bill that she was wrongly charged for. And then she told me that they made her cry. So I go over there, I mean, scrubs and all. Like, it is like 7 a.m., and I'm like, excuse me. And I gave them a stern talking to. They apologized, and I got her check back. So, you know what I mean? So ever since then, the ongoing joke is that I went on Mama Bear on them to protect my little baby cub. Anyway. So now Drew is here. And he is here to fill this role of mine. And although Margaret doesn't need taking care of, but when she does, you are the perfect fit. So Drew has been promoted to husband and Mama Bear in one day. Drew has been nothing but wonderful to Margaret ever since they met. You are definitely done a number on her wardrobe too. You have great taste, Drew. Like, you have exceptional taste. You really do. Margaret always describes you as patient and loving. So then Margaret swiped right into your heart. And I can honestly say that Margaret is the happiest I've ever seen her. She shines even brighter and loves even harder. You gave her more to love in life too. Two beautiful stepchildren. So thank you for making my best friend so happy. So now, Margaret, and Drew, you too, I'm going to ask that you do something for me. Never stop dating. Always find a compromise. And just remember it's okay to travel without each other. So I wish you both a lifetime of love and joy, surrounded by friends and family. Cheers to the new Mr. and Mrs. Warner!
So when Andrew asked me to give a toast, I felt a little bit of anxiety because, there's a lot of pressure to try to be appropriate but funny And I'm good at talking a lot, and I'm good at telling stories, but I'm not really that smart. So I was a little nervous about it, but then I realized I'm so much smarter than my brother that this is not going to be a problem. Margaret, when I met you, I was sure that you were a good person right away. You know how you can just tell. Good person. And I have to admit I was a little bit worried that you might be a little too meek for my brother's personality. But then, as I've gotten to know you, I've seen that gentle toughness that my brother very much needs. And because you love him, we love you, and we welcome you to our family. I had to write this down so I don't get sidetracked or emotional, so it sounds a little written, I'm sorry. Andrew has always had such a good heart. He's always been so much bigger than everybody else around him. He was like 6'2" in 7th grade. And he's never been a bully. He has instead has had the heart of a protector. But as I said earlier, he's not very smart. So, Margaret, you're going to need to be the brains of this outfit. Zinger! Marriage is easy until it's not. You see, the deal with marriage is that you have to be and you will be laid completely bare. You will see the whole of them, and presumably they will see the whole of you. You will know more about your spouse than they know about themselves. And to succeed, you must learn to accept the good of them along with the bad of them. For in this acceptance we find the wonder of what it means to be loved well by another human being through difficulties that come with such a closeness. The good and the bad, the smooth and the rough. The extraordinary thing is, down there in the rough, in the long reeds of difficulty and pain, that is where you find the treasure. All of us gathered here today, we are here to, yes, celebrate your marriage, but we are also here to support your marriage. And we are all on this journey with you. So I propose a toast to Andrew and Margaret. We wish you many years of joy and many years of love. Cheers.
We had the best childhood. Inseparable we were as kids, playing in the yard with all our toys, neatly scattered throughout the entire basement, driving Mom crazy. I think one of the first times that true big sister moment kicked in for me was when one day we were playing outside and Mom kept telling us, "Come inside, time to come inside." And we said, "No, no." And then I look over and I see her at the tree making a switch from a branch. So we run in, and I got Margaret first, and I locked Mom out as to avoid getting spanked. But the look in her eyes reassured me it was going to happen. So I took one for the team, and as I shouted, "Run, Margaret, save yourself!" I unlocked the door and got the curtain. No. And Margaret ran, and I took it too. I said, "Just run, run." But yeah. And then you came to GW, and that big sister instinct to watch over you was still intact, even though you were universally loved by everyone. But yeah, no, but, and then as we got older, I mean, we went through what most of them do, whether it's chasing each other through the house over a hairbrush, or side by side playing 007. We each had each other's back, and we still do. And for the longest time, I used to think that you and I were polar opposites. And don't get me wrong, in many aspects we are. But we always have each other. I can always depend on you if I need you. and vice versa. And anytime you needed me, you could call me at the drop of a hat. I'd drop everything in that moment, and I would come to be with you. And I know you would for me. And I'm so happy that you have found this amazing man who I'm very honored to call my brother-in-law, or brother, however we want to do it. We'll play it. We'll see what works. We'll figure it out. But I wish you all the love and happiness in the world. Toast! Cheers!
Well, I'm a little ashamed I went on after 3 people who wrote their speech down. I am kind of doing this speech the way I do my life. It's kind of off the cuff. So, let's give a little rundown about how Drew and I met. It was 2011. It was Al-Assad, Iraq. Drew looks over. He doesn't know who I am, right? But we got name tags on. Hey, Butler. Let me borrow that Jackass 2.5. Yeah, the movie. And no, it's not a porno. So, I give it to him, and the friendship just, it kind of spiraled out of control from there. I would love to stand up here and tell you stories, but I can't. They're not as innocent as Margaret. There's something I should write a book about, and it's only sold in the adult section. So, Drew has been my brother. We're going on 7 years now. And here's an example of the kind of love Margaret can expect to get from Drew. All right? I'd say, 2013. I called Drew 3:30 in the morning. All right? I'm being arrested. I was a bit of a drinker back in the day. Tonight's not my best example of being sober. So, call Drew, I tell him the completely wrong city that I'm in. So he goes looking for me. Of course, he does not find me. I am not there. I've already been arrested. So he drives around about an hour. The cops finally stop him. They see him driving everywhere. Hey, you've been drinking tonight? And they're like, no, we're looking, I'm looking for my friend. He called me. Who has been arrested. And they're like, oh, you mean that jackass who's trying to hit people with his car? Yeah. So there's that. My message to Margaret tonight is my message to Margaret tonight is, if he would go through this for me, imagine what he's going to do for you. All right? I had this guy out 3:30, 4 in the morning looking for me, and we don't even share a bed. All right? That's the story that's going in the book. All right. So if we could, raise a glass to Margaret and Drew. I love you guys.
All right. Great job, guys.